Today's video is sponsored by SecretLab. We all strive for the best possible gaming experience, but the importance of a good quality chair is often underestimated. SecretLab produces some of the most comfortable and high quality gaming chairs you can get. So upgrade your Commander chair today and fly in style and comfort. Follow the link in the video description to their store, type in your height, your weight, and it will tell you which chairs fit you for the best possible seating experience.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, it's going to be a little different than usual, because today we're going to be working on the studio. I have some upgrades I want to do, and let me just quickly go through. There's a lot of small things, there's some larger things I want to do, but let's just quickly go through what it is that we're going to be doing today. Microphone up here. One of the things I want to do is I want to get that moved, and it needs to be mounted on a shock mount, because when I'm sitting here and I'm live streaming, the microphone's over here. This is very directional. You need to talk straight into it. So when I'm looking at chat, which would be over here, I'm actually looking away from the microphone, and that means that the sound levels doing live streams can change quite a bit. So I want to move that over on the other side of the camera. That's not a big deal. The other thing is, this is of course mounted with an arm straight to the table back here. This means that every time I take a mug or anything and I put it on the table, every time everything is touching the table, it goes straight through that arm and into the microphone. So therefore I also have a shock mount we're going to be mounting on that as well. The next thing is, if we move over here to the two computers, this rig actually has, this is my old gaming rig, has a VR pass-through here on the front. So what I had in mind was to take this bay out and mount it here underneath the table, so that I have direct access to it here, run the cables underneath the table and into the back of this one. And the last thing is here behind me with the green screen. I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff back here. This is gonna change completely, but let's get started. Let's start with one of the easy tasks and let's get that microphone moved. And just like that, microphone is now, well, at least the arm has been moved. So let's quickly look at the shock mount I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the Rode SM4R shock mount. And there we have it. A nicely shock mounted microphone that now, hopefully, that will take a lot of the bumps. Now I just need to do the final positioning of it. I don't know how high I want it and what angle I want it. That's going to depend on the camera view angles and stuff like that. I'm going to test that later, but for now, I think that is job done. Now, before we move on and begin to tackle the VR setup over here, I just want to show you this little thing I also got. This is like a cheap, also pretty much the same type of arm as I have on the microphone, but it now has a tablet holder at the end of the arm. Because one of the things that I've always been a little annoyed with is, if I have my keyboard, I push it out of the way to give myself some working space. But if I have that out where I would normally use it, there's not really that much room here anywhere to keep a tablet, because over there I store my HOTAS. Here I have Stream Deck, I have soundboard. I have a little bit of space over here, but that's a little bit too far to reach. So I wanted a place to put a tablet. So I got this arm, and plan is to put that up here where the microphone used to be. And there we have it. Look at that. So now we have microphone over here, camera here, and tablet right there. I have a power cable that's going to be running down the back, so it has power. I don't have to charge it up all the time. Now let's go ahead and let's look into this VR thing. I'm gonna get this case open and we're gonna get this bay out. I think I still have the front panel. I hope I have. I usually keep these kind of things. So you can see, this is all of this. It's just like a small box with two HDMI cables and an internal USB 3 connector. So I will probably have to run this inside the case. I'll probably have to move one of the brackets on the back and then run that in. So the plan for mounting is, I got these small angle brackets and they actually fit very nicely height-wise if I just put them on like that. And there we go. That is not going anywhere. Now, I did encounter one little problem, and that is the fact that here's the cables that need to go up and inside this case. At least the USB 3 cable, and it's not long enough. So for now, they will have to just stay there. I need to get some short extension for the HDMI cable, and Maybe I can get an extension for that internal USB 3, I don't know. I hope that's something people have. But there is one other thing that I have to do before we begin to deal with the backdrop and the green screen and everything. And that's because I'm still using the Oculus CS1. That means I still have sensors I need to set up. I don't want to screw anything in here, and it's already getting a little crowded up in this area here. So my plan is to take this. This is a Manfrotto Super Clamp. These are absolutely wonderful. I love these things. You can see here, I use them up here to mount my lights, and the same over here. I use it to mount my camera that is mounted to the table with a clamp like that. These are absolutely perfect. They will clamp onto pretty much anything. Then I have a very small ball head. It's not really a ball head, it's just a small, basically like a small head for the top of a tripod. And I should be able to mount the sensors on there. So I have two of these sets, and my plan is to clamp them onto the side of the lamp posts here, where I have my Elgato lamp. So one there and one there on either side, and then let those point in towards me. And there we have them. Look at that. That's a sensor there. And there's a sensor there underneath the lamp. So now I just need to get that thing plugged in. Obviously I can't set VR up since I don't have the pass-through yet. That should be a job done. Next, I think it's time to talk about the green screen. I've been using a green screen pretty much since, well, not too long into the channel's history. And it's worked great so far. There's a lot of hassle with running a green screen. And I think it's time for some change. I want to do something different. So I'm gonna completely tear down the whole green screen. And we're gonna get some shelvings up here. I have a lot of cool items I wanna put on display. We're gonna put some nice lighting back here so it actually looks, so there's a little bit of stuff going on in the background. First step is down with the green screen. It's been a few days. It's now like 95% done, I would say. So allow me to show you what I have. Okay, I just turned on one of the studio lamps here, just to give you a quick overview. Of course, the Saturn V Lego set. I have some 3D printed models of all planets in the solar system from Astral Reality, as well as their like moon model. Really love those. Another Saturn V again, the charging pad. This is actually from a Swedish company that sent over like, it's like a small solar system, or like Earth and the moon, the sun. You can set. I assembled this myself. Quite fun little gadget. My telescope, of course, over here in the corner, as well as my model of the Corvette that was sent to me, and I painted it myself. But it came unpainted, so as you can probably see. Print job is excellent. Paint job, meh. This one can be a little difficult to see. But this was actually something that was sent to me by Frontier. If I hold it up like this, I think it's easier. This is like a blueprint for the SRV. As you can see, I still have quite a bit of room down here for other stuff. There's some empty stuff here. This one down here is just temporary stuff that I put in here. Then here I have my old HOTAS on display. I have one of the button boxes from Derek Spear. I have my VR headset. I'm considering moving that. It's just because I still have a lot of room for stuff to put here, so if you guys have any good ideas for stuff, then do let me know. Do get in contact with me. Anyway, down here is just like, I have my camera back with a lot of the camera equipment in there, and over here I just have boxes from motherboards and that kind of stuff, so I have that there. Again, this doesn't have to be there, but again, I have so much extra room right now that, I don't know. I'm also considering putting something on the wall here that's a little empty here, but I'm working on that at the moment, so I don't know what that's exactly going to be. But by the time this video comes out, if you're watching the recent live stream, you will have seen this working as a backdrop. I hope you like it. I like it's a lot more personal now, and I think it has a lot more character. Of course, it gives some limitations. I could do some things with the green screen that I, of course, can't do with this now. But overall, I'm really liking it, and I think it looks great. But that's complete for this time. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in space.